I recently watched a video on my channel about accents, and I got a comment from a subscriber saying, I'm from Michigan, so I recognize this accent. And it was a Michigan accent that had like Finnish tones to it, but I didn't understand any of it. And they said Peter Santenello recently visited and did a video about a community of Finnish descendants in a Kivinov old mining town. You should check it out. So today we're checking out inside Michigan's Upper Peninsula of Finnish community. The video is pretty long, so I don't know if I'm gonna go through all of it, but I'm excited to see what are the Finnish people doing in Michigan. Let's get into the video.
It's like a big buck for me.
Mining companies recruited Finns to come here and work in the mine because they felt like they would survive here well.
My favorite. Now check out the sauna.
Oh my god, they have saunas. Of course they do. Finnish people survive anywhere. I mean, if Finnish people can survive in Finland, when in the wintertime it's like minus 25 degrees, then they will survive in Michigan. They will survive. Oh, I just can't believe that. Like, it's the start of the video. We've done 12 seconds. There's already a sauna mentioned. Typical Finnish, definitely.
The ones who got left up here were like the diehard.
Won't give up.
Lake Superior, the greatest of the greats. Well, it's freezing down here.
It's just nice.
You like it? I love the yellow line conversation that you can have out here. Do you feel disconnected from the rest of the country in a way?
Panukakku. I made that this morning. It was very, very dangerous.
It wasn't even that long
Panukakku is a pancake.
ago. That's what's wild. It's like the kids just left.
Dovetail ends, that's very common of Finns. There was 12 children raised in this house.
I've never found one in my whole life.
Float copper. Oh, we used to sell it. We were younger, you get some beer. Yeah, a lot of fun here.
All right, here in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. 8.5 hours from Detroit if you drive here straight.
Yeah.
So Scott, I just want to let you know I came prepared.
Whatever you got.
De Upper's glossary.
Uh-oh.
You know these words? Junker.
Oh, yeah, that's your old car.
July 4th, first day of Upper deer season.
Oh, come on. That's when you take your long johns off and you put them back on a 5th. That's what July 4th is.
All right,
That's
well,
why I won't go to Detroit in the summer. It's too hot, concrete jungle. I'll stay out of there. This is a native lake trout. Caught it in 2006. 45.5 inches long.
Okay, now, like, going back to the accents, in the video that we saw, the accent was very, like, different, like, very hard to understand. Here I could definitely hear the Finnish tones on it. But it's interesting because he doesn't speak English badly. He speaks perfect English. But it's just some things like the way he speaks, something that just screams like European, Northern European, like Swedish, Finnish. So now I see what they're saying. You know, the other video didn't really showcase the accent like this, but here you can definitely hear it. Wow, maybe I should move to Michigan.
33.5 pounds. So it's like a big buck for me. Now check out the sauna.
okay, so you're saying a lot of people have saunas up here.
Quite a few.
I love it. They like invite them to their home. The first thing is check out the sauna. I mean, Finnish people, honestly, we have saunas everywhere. Apartments have saunas. Houses have saunas. There's saunas everywhere, so I'm not surprised.
When the Finns moved here, the first thing they did was build a sauna.
Okay, are you Finnish?
I'm Finnish, 100%.
100%.
Yeah. There's Randy, my friend. He might try to steal the show. Watch him.
Sauna. So you come out here during the winter, put some wood.
Yeah. Heat up the stove.
On the stove there. Wow.
Anytime, actually.
How you doing?
Show stealer, quit trying to steal the stove.
Peter.
I'm Randy.
Randy.
Yeah, and then the steam room here.
We didn't have a shower or a bathtub in our house. We just had a sauna.
Growing up.
growing up. And so like when we were little kids, the whole family would go in there together. Kids are sitting in buckets on the bottom bench, and mom and dad are up on the top bench throwing steam. And then my mom would wash us up. And then as you grow older, like, you know, relatives would come over, guys would go together. But I mean, it was a ritual. Saturday night was sauna night. You would heat it maybe during the week too, like Wednesday night or maybe more often in the summer. But that was our bath.
Yeah, usually.
Oh yeah, that's still like pretty typical in Finland. Well, not typical. I wouldn't say typical, because cities obviously have showers and everything. Like you have normal apartments. Don't get me wrong, but outside on the outskirts, like we have a summer cabin, for example, that doesn't have a shower. We just have the sauna, and if you want a quick wash, then you'll have to heat up water. It's like a huge water bucket, or a huge like metal water bucket, and then you put wood in there, and then you heat it up, and that's what you use to clean yourself. With smaller buckets, you take the water and you throw it on yourself. And yeah, on Sundays or on the weekends, we heat up the sauna. So yeah, but it's interesting to see that Finnish people, even though they go to America, like they won't let go of the sauna.
But you would take a shower
Saturday.
during the week,
No, we
right?
had no showers.
No showers.
Yeah,
you guys aren't that old.
We would just
No, we
we
didn't.
would just take a sauna.
So you guys feel connected with Finland or no?
Very much so,
Yeah.
yeah, because of that tradition, yeah. Even though like a lot of people from here never went there, but how people relate with each other and communicate, it's kind of very similar along lines, like it's passed down from generation to generation from the Finns.
Hey, you want to walk over there?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, come on, Randy. I can only swear in Finn. He can talk it.
You talk Finnish.
Yeah, that's because I learned it later, you know. We all knew how to swear when we were kids. And kitchen Finnish, we knew how to say this and that.
Oh, yeah.
But this was the old co-op store, and the old timers would be sitting around the doorway drinking quarts of beer. And when you walk in, they'd say, "Oh, bumbaliba," because you're a little blonde-headed kid. That means like a cotton head. That's what they'd call us.
Yeah.
And give us like a nickel to go buy candy or something.
So these are people that have lived their whole life here. I mean, yeah, obviously, but it's just weird to me to see 100% Finnish people that have been raised and live in a community in America. I did not know this exists at all. This is a place I need to visit sometime.
Everything was there. You had a butcher, you had gas station, hardware.
Everything.
Everything was here in this store.
Now you got a lifted up Chevy truck.
Yeah.
It's one of those times you can just walk down the center of the road and
I don't
all
know
is good.
anymore.
these guys are flying through Mississippi plates.
There it is.
The people who worked here too were all the local neighbors, you know. It's like you knew everyone.
Yeah, my mother worked here. My dad worked here. Then it actually went downhill when dairy farmers, when they quit farming around here.
Okay.
Copper Country Dairy closed.
So for those that don't know, and I just came across the word recently, showing how naive I am, Upper, Upper Peninsula, Michigan,
A UPer.
Upier. But I've also heard Upper, right?
Well, that's what became. I mean, in a sense, it was UPer and then became Uper. We didn't really use that word growing up either.
Okay, but you guys feel totally different than
I
southern
do.
Michigan,
Oh,
right?
there was always the animosity between the lower peninsula and upper, and they're the ones who first started calling us Upers. And then
Okay.
it kind of stuck, so we started using it. But in the beginning, it was like a pejorative, like, "Oh, Uper," you know.
Now, and you call them trolls, right?
Yeah, because they're
Yeah.
under the bridge.
Yeah.
Below the bridge,
Yeah.
Mackinac Bridge.
Yep.
So Upers and trolls. And so what's different up here? It's
Wow, beautiful. Upers and trolls. Oh my god, look, there's forests. This looks like a Finnish forest. Wait, hold on.
No, I don't consider myself a Uper. We're gonna head to the old rock pile, and there's a couple ruins. We're actually on an old, like a rail grade from the mine right now.
So Scott, growing up here, mining was already done, right?
Yeah, we played all over here when we were kids. Did you know, Randy, what were all these old trenches for?
It must have been for water.
They're running all over. We'll go through there, but you can see them.
The stamp sand process was run through water.
And they were all All handmade.
Extract the copper from it, damp the rock into sand, and then they would melt the copper down into ingots. And so that's why we got these big smokestacks left here.
So here's one of the old stacks.
Oh, that's huge. So you'll see these all over.
There are quite a few
The peninsula?
around, yeah.
There's another good one back here, but it's on private property.
You
So
go up to the town of Gay, there's a big, huge one.
Yeah.
They're still standing in.
The town of Gay?
Yeah, it's called Gay, Michigan. It's kind of north of here, and it's an old copper stamp mill town. It used to be a stamp mill town, and they got a big smokestack, and even the old fishermen used to like use it for taking their bearings out on the lake because it's so visible for so far.
for a fishing spot to get so
And
far,
there's
we
a
line it
huge
up.
area of the sand that's left over from the process.
This one I don't play around too much anymore because the top's been falling off.
So back in the day, 1800s,
Yep.
this was the best place for copper in the United States. That changed over to Arizona in time,
Yeah.
but it all started here, right?
Exactly.
And okay, you had Cornish here, you had Eastern Europeans, you had Italians, Irish, and then the Finns, right? And did the Finns have the biggest population? Is that why I see Finnish flags all over the place?
They still are the largest ethnic group in the area.
They are.
And they were then, partially because
Wow, the largest ethnic group in the area. I find this fascinating, but I'm also like wondering, how did they go there? Like, they said that they put Finnish people to work in the mines because they thought that they would survive well. Does that mean that they like recruited Finnish people? Like Finnish people were like, yeah, I'll go and work in America for a bigger buck? Or like, what? How did they end up there? And did they just decide to stay there? Or interesting.
the mining companies actually recruited Finns to come here and work in the mine because they felt like they would survive here well, because they could work the woods too. They were used to this kind of climate. And so they recruited them, and so then of course once some started coming, then more started
He
coming.
just
So this ended
responded
up
my
being like the
question.
biggest, the most populous as far as Finnish immigration in North America, really. There's some other parts of the country where the Finns went, but this was like the place. And they even called it, like, they used a Finnish word, but it was called the nest, like the Vesapaikka, the nesting place, because all the Finns they could always find support groups here. People had communities here.
Right.
They had their own newspapers, their churches. I mean, everything, like, it was established here. There's even the college, recently closed, but there was a Suomi college. It was called Suomi as Finland in Finnish.
Yeah, then they changed it to Finlandia University, FU.
Yeah, they made it into a 4-year.
Yeah. What did
Oh, he loves that. FU. That's so funny. I love seeing people happy about stuff.
you think of that? Did you like
I
that?
liked that. They were selling hats and everything.
I go to FU.
Yeah, it was
University.
cool. Where do you go? FU.
There's a middle finger on the t-shirt.
They didn't do that, but it was cool. I loved it.
Oh my god, I love him. I love him. I love him.
Smells so good in here.
Nice in the cedars.
Look at this.
It used to be the big hoist building mechanism would stand on top of this.
I found copper up there. I've been up there. Of course, as a kid, you're everywhere.
That's what would have been standing here, is one of those big tall mine buildings that was like for the hoist.
Yeah, with the cables running up to the pulleys and with an engine pulling everything up. And this mine here where you're standing had it was probably a man lift
Okay.
for cars for the men to go down, and then this one was divided.
Oh, for the cars to bring
Yeah,
up
for the cars bringing the ore up,
Yep.
rock. And this one was, let me see what the hell this one is. Ah! Okay.
The environment looks very Finnish. Like, it looks like Finland. Even the houses, the way they're built, they look like pretty much the same as they would in Finland. Let's go a little bit further. Look at, like, this looks like Finland. This actually looks like Finland. You could you could send me a photo of this and I would believe that it's Finland, because it looks like Finland. Everything about it. Like, I cannot spot one thing that I would say this is America. That's Finland. That's so interesting. Let's see what's going on in the city.
I think I'm gonna take off because I gotta go and see what she's up to.
Good meeting you.
Hey, good
yeah,
meeting
thank
you too, and I'll
Appreciate
Yeah,
it.
thanks, Randy.
Thanks again for the shirt.
Of course, Randy.
I'll call you.
See what you end up with.
All right. Well,
Okey-dokey.
you're part of it, Randy. Is this what we're in?
Yep. 2003 Chevy.
Scott, I'm gonna put you to work for 1 second.
Yeah. Oh, I
Hold
gotcha.
this. I want to take a bite.
Panukakku.
Panukakku.
It's like a custard. I made that this morning.
Nice.
Yeah, it's good.
That is great. It's like yeah, a custard. What is it like? It's different than anything I've ever had.
Yeah, it's almost
It's like a flan.
I can tell you what I put in it. There's like 5 eggs. There's a half a cup of sugar, that's to a whole pan. There's about a half a cup of flour,
Okay.
2.5 cups of milk, and then I sprinkle a little bit of brown sugar on top, and I drizzle syrup through it, and you bake it for about 25 minutes at 425,
That is so.
and it's tasty.
It's tasty. Yeah, fantastic.
Okay.
Oh, he is so sweet. This is the sweetest man. He made a little panukakku. That's so sweet. That's so sweet. But yeah, Finnish streets are actually pretty good. They have like very good like cookies, and what would you call these, like sweets, right? Or stuff that they make in the oven, like cinnamon rolls and all sorts of stuff, because Finns are really big on coffee and coffee time. So in the daytime you will always have like coffee at 5-ish, and usually neighbors will come around and you'll sit and have coffee, and you always have to have like some sweets on the table, like cinnamon rolls or cookies or other treats, and pannukakku is one of them. I don't know, this one, like they said that it has custards inside, but usually it's like a huge pancake sheet basically, and then you put jam on top of it and stuff like that. But yeah, it's delicious.
And we're off. This is Painesdale. This was another mining town.
So you're right. All the houses are uniform. They all have
Yeah.
this similar look, huh?
Yep.
When were they built? Do you know?
Later 1800s, I would say.
And then you got one of these beautiful schools.
Yep, the Jeffers Jets.
That's when they were built so well, huh?
Yeah, that's all original old sandstone.
Yeah, so in a way, these are sort of like the first housing developments in the country.
Yeah. Some of the old ones with the original.
That school looked beautiful. It looked like from a movie. But these houses like look very Finnish. Comment down below if American houses look like this. Like in general, I haven't seen much of like these type of houses, though. Like in, at least not in the city, obviously, but also like not in the neighborhoods. You don't see a lot of wood houses, or I might be mistaken though. But this looks very, very Finnish.
Right.
All the old foundations, like my house too, they're all rock.
So the people that lived here at that time, I mean, they came here, they probably never left.
Yeah.
They weren't getting on airplanes. They
No.
weren't traveling. And then you have something like this on the hill, that's probably a manager or something.
Yeah,
right?
it's gotta be, yeah, a little fancier house too, yeah.
Like the place you're in.
Another one there too.
Oh, that's a cool zone back in there. There is a security in it, I would think,
Yeah.
a simplicity, but a lot of limits. You know,
Yeah.
you're really limited in your life. It's just a step back. So yeah, see how close the communities of houses are to the shaft house. In summer heat or in the 205 inches of average snow. And the
Yeah.
work to home commute, quite close.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna jump a little bit because I want to see what this part is about. But this is such a great video suggestion. I will actually watch this whole video later. But because I'm I'm on limited time right now. We'll just watch parts of it. But thank you so much for the suggestion.
Is this Martin's house?
Yeah.
What a place. This is beautiful.
Yeah, Martin had just taken a sauna.
Sauna.
I had dog wool on my goddamn black pants and I can't wear them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta have clean pants on.
You got dressed up for this, Martin.
No, I'm getting dressed up for the dance.
You got to dance later.
Oh yeah.
Is
You know what? You should really come there. It's our once a year Finn dance, and we got 3 accordions, and I have no idea how much they got planned, but it's one of the.
It might be too much for you.
Oh yeah, I think it would be. Let's go look in here. It's a mess in here, but here is my favorite. When we were on our trip in Finland, the only reason this is hanging loose there is she wouldn't put lights in there. But this is your drinking cup. And then everybody thought that you're gonna be out late at night because you're carrying a lyhty.
Yeah.
And what it was full of cognac.
Lyhty means like the nightlight. Well, you know, this light where the fire is inside. But it's actually a bottle of alcohol with a cap. That's such a Finnish thing to do, honestly.
And you could take a little swig every once in a while and put the cap back on. And
Nice.
yeah. We spent 36 days on that trip. It was all friends and relatives. There's my 3rd place in Classic Snowmobile show. I took my Iron Track, March 19, 2005.
You grew up speaking Finnish.
Oh, yeah. I learned English from my older brother. He went to school 3 years before I did, and every day he came home from school, he taught me the English.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's the way it was them days. A lot of water under the bridge since then. My grandparents, both sides, came from Finland. That's when they came, Albert Larla, John Aho, and Elias Humalalambi Johnson. This was in 2017. That's 125 years. And at the same time, we had Finland's 100th anniversary, their independence.
Okay.
I'll just give you a little glimpse. If you got video on that thing, right there.
Let's crack it open.
There's 12,500 names in there. We ain't got time. 12,500 names in there of my relatives going back to 1500s.
This is your family tree?
Yep.
Nice.
On my father's mother's side. Not on father's side.
Okay.
And I was my father's father was a Humalalampi.
What's that?
Drunken Bay. No, Drunken Pond. Drunken Pond.
The last name before it changed.
Yeah,
Oh.
Humalalampi. And let's see.
I really want to go through this video. Like, this is so freaking interesting. I definitely want to visit Michigan. I think last thing, because they were talking about the dance, and clearly he went to the dance. We should see what the dance is all about. Look at the Finnish flags. Oh my god. Let's see. Oh, I was not expecting. Look at, like, there's Finnish text on the walls, Finnish music. I was not expecting it to be this Finnish. Because for now, yeah, it's been really Finnish. They have, like, saunas and everything. Like, the Finnish culture shines here in Michigan. Well, Michigan's Upper Peninsula, but this is, like, Finnish.
Okay, this outfit started in the latter part of 18.
I want to see what foods they have there. Some fruit, some cookies. Panukakku. I think that's panukakku, isn't that like that thing right there? Or is it a pie? No, it's a pie probably. That's probably some bread. Okay. Not very like typical Finnish, but you know, it's pretty Finnish. I mean, I don't know what Americans would have there. Probably like, sorry if this sounds like generalization, but like fried chicken and, you know, American stuff.
Okay, this outfit started in the latter part of 1800s because the mining companies didn't have insurance for their workers.
Oh, okay.
So the Eagles are people helping people.
Okay.
And
They offered the health insurance.
they get offered the health insurance and the hospitalization and all that for 50 cents a week or a month or whatever it was. But it started in Seattle, and we are 1,122 areas in United States, and now there's over 3,000.
Oh, great.
Yeah, it's quite a deal.
That's a nice way to end the video with some dance moves. Yeah, I was not expecting this. I had no idea that there was something like this in Michigan. Now I need to go to Michigan. I need to see this with my own two eyes. This is so cool. Really cool. I had no idea that this exists. Pretty cool. But hey, thank you so much for the suggestion. And please like and subscribe and help me out so I can fly to Michigan, see my Finnish people. And yeah, thanks for joining me for this video. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.